There are 20 million reasons why R. Kelly deserves a new trial. Let's talk about it. My name is Jamal Kersey. I'm the principal attorney at Kersey Law, a boutique criminal defense firm in San Diego, California. And last week, R. Kelly's lawyers, they filed a motion for a new trial in the federal court in Illinois. They argue that R. Kelly's due process rights were violated when Jane, the prosecution star witness, basically lied during her trial testimony on the topic of restitution. Now, if you didn't know, victims of criminal activity are entitled to restitution. And basically, restitution is compensation for a victim's losses. So in a vandalism case, the victim can recover the cost of having their wall repainted. Or in an assault case, a victim can seek to recover the amount that they paid in hospital bills as a result of their attack. So back to Jane, right? After Jane's direct examination testimony, when she was questioned by the prosecutors, she sat for cross-examination. And R. Kelly's lawyer had asked her if she had been informed that she would be entitled to restitution if R. Kelly were convicted. So on cross-examination, you are seeking to attack a witness's credibility, their bias, or their perception. And so in this situation, the defense was basically seeking to expose that Jane had a motivation to say any and everything that she possibly could in order to make sure that R. Kelly got convicted and basically that she would get paid, right? So Jane had actually confirmed that, yes, she knew she would be entitled to restitution. And so the lawyer asked, all right, well, you are entitled to restitution. Will you be seeking restitution if R. Kelly is convicted? And she said, I'm undecided about that. No, actually, that's not correct. And so the lawyer gave her a chance, probably just being stunned that she would give that as a response. She said, wait, you haven't decided if you're going to seek restitution? She said no. So again, Jane downplaying the idea of her seeking money on the other side of a conviction would stand to kind of add to her credibility, right? Okay, well, I'm just here to tell the truth. I'm just here seeking justice. I'm not going after money, right? If she's like, yeah, I know I can get money, but I'm not really worried about it, then it just makes it look like she's telling the truth. But get this, before Jane cooperated with prosecutors, her and her family retained a law firm out in Boston. And so their lawyer was the one that reached out to the prosecutors to negotiate immunity agreements for Jane and her parents. And on top of that, he helped with retaining an expert team to put together a restitution package. So prior to sentencing, if there's going to be a request for restitution, the prosecution will submit any documentation in support of a victim's restitution request. So apparently the prosecution in this case provided documentation in support of Jane's restitution request, right? Remember the same Jane who said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be asking for restitution. Well, get this, there was a 9-page letter asking for $20 million in restitution. Jane paid a team of experts $10,000 in order to put together this request for $20 million in restitution. The crazy part about this is Jane's lawyer's billing records show that he was in conversations with the government regarding Jane's restitution as early as April of 2020, a whole 2 years before Jane took the stand and testified and said that, I don't know if I'm going to be requesting restitution. So Jane clearly lied on the stand, and now I know there's a bunch of folks that are going to be in the comments section talking about that's not the only thing she lied about, right? But we're just focusing on this one for now. R. Kelly's lawyer further argues that not only did Jane give false testimony on the topic of restitution, but the government knew that this testimony was false and they didn't correct it. They completely failed to address this issue and correct it. So when Jane was playing it cool about not seeking restitution, knowing that she was going to ask for $20 million, the government had a duty and an obligation to correct that record. The government should have disclosed Jane's intent to request this absurdly high amount of restitution, but they didn't. They allowed her to sit up and lie and deceive the jury regarding her motives and interests. And make no mistakes about it, Jane's credibility was very vital and crucial to the government's case. The jury really needed to believe Jane regarding key points of her testimony in order to make a conviction against R. Kelly stick. Therefore, naturally, the defense should have had an opportunity to expose Jane for the big bag she had invested 10 stacks to obtain. So I'm really curious to see how the judge rules on this motion, and let me know what you think. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of response to this. Do you think R. Kelly should get a new trial based on this revelation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you got something out of this, please show me some love and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you never miss a new video when it drops. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.